A major fire broke out this morning at a substation supplying power to Heathrow Airport in the London suburb of Hayes. The fire started around midnight, and by morning the fire had engulfed a transformer, causing a massive explosion. Thousands of residents were left without power, and one of the largest airports in the world, Heathrow, was forced to suspend operations until midnight today. At the moment, it is known that more than 16,000 homes are without power. London fire brigades immediately arrived at the scene. More than 70 firefighters and 10 special vehicles are working to extinguish the fire. London Fire Brigade employees set up a cordon around the substation to ensure the safety of residents. Due to thick smoke visible from different parts of the city, authorities urged people to close windows and doors and to avoid the Hayes area. Rescuers evacuated nearby residential buildings, and police closed roads to facilitate access for emergency services. Power companies have sent repair crews to assess the damage, but until the fire is extinguished, power cannot be restored. Heathrow Airport is operating on a limited basis on backup generators, but flights have been canceled or diverted. Moving on to Saudi Arabia, where a powerful sandstorm has hit the Wadi Al-Dawasir region, also known as Wadi Ad-Dawasir in Najd province. Winds of up to 80 kilometers per hour have lifted tons of sand into the air, reducing visibility to just a few meters. Locals have reported disruptions to transportation and breathing difficulties due to the dust. Saudi Arabian rescue services have responded quickly to the disaster. Civil defense has deployed mobile posts to help the victims, distributing masks and water. Police have closed major roads to prevent accidents, and medics are treating those with breathing problems. Flights at the local airport have been suspended, and rescue crews are patrolling the roads, helping stranded drivers. Authorities are urging residents to stay home and avoid traveling until the weather improves. A powerful avalanche has occurred on Gran Paradiso mountain in Italy in the Alps. The snow mass fell on a popular tourist route, causing panic among climbers and locals. There are no reports of casualties yet, but several people are missing. Italian rescue services immediately launched an operation. Mountain rescue teams equipped with helicopters and dogs are combing through the rubble in search of people. Emergency workers are using thermal imaging and motion sensors to locate survivors under the snow. Roads to the mountain are blocked, and tourists are being evacuated from the danger zone. Meteorologists warn of the risk of new avalanches, which complicates the work of rescuers. A snowstorm has hit the city of Russell in the state of Kansas, USA. Strong winds and heavy rainfall have paralyzed traffic, leaving hundreds of residents without power. The height of the snow cover has already exceeded 40 centimeters, and the storm does not subside. The National Guard and local rescuers are working in an intensified mode. Snow removal equipment is clearing roads, and police are evacuating people from stuck cars. Power engineers are trying to restore power, but strong winds are making it difficult to repair the lines. Red Cross volunteers have opened temporary shelters where they are distributing hot drinks and blankets. Residents are asked not to leave their homes until the storm is over. In Russia, in the village of Salikhovo, Republic of Bashkortostan, a powerful ice drift has begun. Ice flows on the river have begun to move, threatening to flood coastal houses and destroy bridges. The Russian Emergencies Ministry has sent rescue teams to the area. Employees evacuated residents from the risk zone using boats and special equipment. Engineers are strengthening the banks with sandbags to minimize damage from flooding. Firefighters and police are monitoring the condition of bridges, closing dangerous sections of roads. Local authorities are calling on residents to be prepared for a possible evacuation. Another emergency in Italy. An avalanche has occurred at the Gardena ski resort. Snow has covered one of the slopes where tourists were at the time. There is information about victims. The exact number is being clarified. Resort rescuers and Italian mountain services have launched an immediate operation. Helicopters have delivered doctors and search teams to the site. Rescuers with dogs and probes are examining the snowdrifts, and the police have cordoned off the area to prevent new victims. The victims are quickly taken to hospitals. The resort is temporarily closed, and tourists are urged to refrain from skiing. A rockfall occurred on a mountain road in the Panpano area of Peru. Huge boulders blocked the road, damaging several cars. The number of victims is still being clarified. Peruvian rescue services arrived at the scene. Sappers and engineers are clearing the road with heavy equipment, and medics are providing assistance to the victims. Police closed the highway to avoid further incidents. Geologists are assessing the risk of further landslides caused by recent rains. Traffic will be restored only after a full safety check. An unusual phenomenon in Syria, heavy snowfall covered the As-Suwayda province. For the first time in decades, the region was covered in snow, causing transport disruptions and power outages. The Syrian government has sent emergency services to the region. The military and rescue workers are clearing roads of snow, helping stranded drivers. Power engineers are working to restore power lines, and humanitarian organizations are distributing warm clothes to residents. Locals are sheltering in their homes, waiting for the weather to improve. Abnormal snowfall has hit northern Jordan. Roads are covered in snow and temperatures have dropped below freezing, which is unusual for the region. Residents are experiencing power outages. The snow cover has reached 20 centimeters, causing difficulties in transport and the closure of some roads. Jordan's rescue services have been mobilized. Police and military personnel are clearing snow from roads, and medical workers are helping people who have found themselves in difficult situations. Public utilities have quickly begun clearing streets and providing access. Power crews are repairing damaged lines, and authorities are urging residents to stay indoors. Residents in Alberta, Canada, witnessed an incredible spectacle, a bright aurora borealis. The sky was lit up with green and purple colors due to powerful solar activity. This phenomenon does not pose a threat, but it has delighted thousands of people. Rescue services were not needed this time, but scientists and meteorologists are actively recording data. Observation posts in Alberta are working in an enhanced mode to study the effect of solar activity on the atmosphere. Residents are urged to enjoy the spectacle safely, avoiding open fields during the cold night. We will show you the best shots of this miracle of nature. Today, a large-scale fire is raging in the Primorye Krai of Russia, near Sukhanovka station. The fire started due to grass burning and quickly spread to the forest. Smoke enveloped nearby villages. The Russian Emergencies Ministry sent dozens of fire brigades to fight the fire. More than 50 rescuers and helicopters are extinguishing the flames from the air and ground. Residents of nearby houses have been evacuated, and the police have blocked roads to the fire zone. The wind is complicating the work, but rescuers are doing everything possible to localize the fire. In Hawaii, the Kilauea volcano has ejected a 180-meter-high fountain of lava. The eruption began suddenly, and the hot lava is moving toward the ocean, threatening coastal areas. The U.S. National Guard and rescuers are evacuating residents from the danger zone. Geologists are monitoring the movement of lava with drones, and firefighters are preparing to extinguish possible fires. Helicopters are delivering aid to hard-to-reach areas. Authorities are urging tourists not to approach the volcano. This eruption is one of the most powerful in recent years. A large forest fire has broken out in Sanchon County, South Korea. The fire has engulfed dozens of hectares, threatening residential buildings and farmland. South Korean firefighters have deployed hundreds of people and dozens of vehicles. Helicopters are dropping water on the fires, and rescuers are evacuating residents from the risk zone. Police have blocked access to the forest to avoid additional casualties. Strong winds are complicating the firefighting effort, but authorities say the situation is under control. A storm has hit Lake Michigan near Michigan City, Indiana. Waves up to 16 feet high have flooded coastal streets, and winds have knocked down trees and power lines. The U.S. Coast Guard and local rescuers are helping residents. Boats and launches are patrolling the lake, checking for people in distress. Firefighters and police are removing fallen trees, and power workers are restoring electricity. Residents are asked to avoid the shoreline. The storm is not abating yet. In Saudi Arabia, in the Al-Sara district of Taif province, heavy rains have caused flooding. Water has flooded houses and roads, leaving hundreds of people in trouble. Saudi Arabian civil defense is evacuating residents by boats and trucks. Rescuers are pumping water out of basements, and police have blocked flooded roads. Medics are helping those who have suffered from hypothermia. Authorities are setting up temporary shelters for those who have lost their homes. The flooding took the region by surprise. A serious incident occurred in Tomsk, Russia. A construction crane fell on parked cars. The incident occurred at about 12 noon on Kartashov Street, where a business-class residential complex is currently being built. According to preliminary data, a crane carrying a heavy pallet of bricks fell onto the roadway, damaging several cars and knocking down a lighting pole. This also caused a power outage in the area of the accident. Fortunately, there were no casualties or injuries. As a result of the emergency, at least 3 cars were damaged, as well as part of a construction fence. The incident significantly complicated traffic in the area of the intersection of Belinsky and Kartashov streets. Details of the incident are currently being investigated. Lightning struck an oil refinery in Iran, causing a fire. The fire engulfed fuel tanks, and a column of smoke was visible for kilometers. The exact date of the incident is being confirmed. Iranian firefighters are fighting the fire using foam installations. Rescuers have evacuated the plant's personnel, and police have blocked roads to the facility. Environmentalists are monitoring air pollution levels. The fire has not yet been localized, and authorities are preparing for the worst.